In this video, you're going to learn how to use a Bunsen burner. We are going to be following this handout, so if you could have that and then make some notes as we go, and then you'll answer the conclusion questions at the end. Our first question, or our first procedure, says check for loose clothing, make sure your hair is pulled back, and we put our safety goggles on. Okay. Check the connection between the Bunsen burner's gas inlet and the flexible braided hosing. Okay, so this is the hosing that we are going to use to connect the Bunsen burner to our gas spout, and then same thing for the Bunsen burner itself. Okay, so here's our Bunsen burner. I'm going to go ahead and attach here. When you do that, you want to make sure that it's in enough to where if I give it a tug, it doesn't really come off. Okay, you would want to have to like twist and turn to get it to come off. So usually when I take it off, I'm turning and pulling at the same time. Okay, so that's there, and then we will go here. Sometimes when you put this in, it doesn't sit right. You're just gonna rotate it again. It's snug there. Okay. So both of our connections are good. That's step 2 and 3. Next, it says completely close the gas valve on the bottom of the Bunsen burner. So the gas valve is the part that's down here. It usually looks kind of like a gear. You can look at it from under, but we can adjust it when it's flat on the table still. Okay, so we are gonna close it all the way. Closed on this is counterclockwise for this, okay? And it's closed when it's close to the upper part of the thing that it's screwed into right above it, like that part of the Bunsen burner, okay? As you unscrew it, you can see more of the screw is actually exposed. So that is open. We are gonna close it all the way. Okay, close it all the way. Then we'll go back to using it. Now it says once it's closed all the way, we're gonna open it 3 turns. So I'm gonna open it clockwise. 1, 2, 3 big turns, okay? And now I know how much it was open. If I had just adjusted it beforehand, I wouldn't have known it was closed. So if we start from it closed and then open it 3 times, ways everyone's is kind of in the same space. Next, it says completely close the air valve on the collar of the burner. Open the air 3 times. So we're gonna close the air valve. The air inlet is right here. This counterclockwise opens it, clockwise closes this. It's the opposite of the gas valve. Okay, so I'm gonna close it all the way, don't overturn it, and then we're gonna open it 1 big turn. And that way we know it's not overturned, but it's closed most of the way. It's much easier to light the Bunsen burner when this is closed, and then we'll open it up to get the correct flame once we have it lit. Next, it says to turn on the gas at the gas outlet in your lab station. Now we're gonna wait to do this until we're ready to light. I'll turn this on as soon as I'm ready to light. Next, we are gonna use our striker. Now, if you're struggling with this on the day of lab, just come find your teacher and they can light it for you. Being able to adjust it's much more important. So this creates sparks, and those sparks will catch the gas on fire once we're ready. So everything's set up. I'm in my right place. All the safety stuff is checked. The teacher, me, I've turned the emergency gas line on, and now I am going to light my Bunsen burner. So I'm going to open the gas valve. Closed is perpendicular. Anytime the handle is perpendicular to the spout, that's closed. We will turn it all the way on here to where it's in line with the spout, and then any adjustments we make will make it the gas valve. So I'm going to turn this all the way on. You'll probably hear the gas start to come out the line, and then I'm simply going to use my striker, and I've lit this. Okay, now this flame right here is not very hot. It's an inefficient flame that we wouldn't want to use in an experiment, but we are going to make some adjustments to get it to the way we want it. So 8 says turn the valve located on the bottom of the Bunsen burner clockwise and counterclockwise, noting how the flame changes with the direction you are turning the knob. So if I turn it clockwise, that lowers my flame level. The gas valve clockwise lowers the flame, counterclockwise makes the flame bigger, it makes it higher. Okay, so I'm gonna make my adjustment. That's probably a good height for my Bunsen burner. I don't need it any higher than that, and it might end up needing to be lower. We'll see once we get to the next step. So clockwise lowers it, sorry, counterclockwise lowers it, clockwise makes it higher. Okay. Next we have the air inlet. So that's at the collar. We're gonna make our adjustment at the collar. Remember, it's closed, so we're gonna go counterclockwise to open it. When I go counterclockwise, it makes the flame more blue. Clockwise closes the air inlet and it makes it more orange. Okay, so I'm gonna go counterclockwise to make it more blue. And I'm gonna keep going until I see this classic blue flame. I'm gonna go turn out the lights so that you can see this too. So we want our flame to look like this, where you have an inner flame and an outer flame, okay? So you see this double flame. Now, anytime we are using the Bunsen burners, we want to put whatever we're trying to heat at the tip of the inner flame. The tip of the inner flame is the hottest part of the flame. This is how you want your Bunsen burner to look when we are using it in class. Okay. Now, when we're ready to turn it off, you can make adjustments if you want here before you turn it off. But to turn it off, and you'd want to do this in any emergency as well. If you're raising your hand and you're like, something's on fire, Miss Sullivan, or your teacher, I'm not your teacher, just turn off the gas here. Any emergency, turn off the gas. And you do that again by making this perpendicular. Perpendicular shuts off the gas. Okay. Now I think we've gone over answers to all of the conclusion questions, but the last thing asks about the gas shut off for the entire lab. So let's go over to that. We are going to walk towards this end of the lab. And this is our gas shut off. So you can see it's on right now, same as the individual spout. So that's on. I'm gonna turn it off because we are done using it, and then I'm gonna close that. So you could say that the gas shut off is in the small hallway past the emergency shower. It's gonna be right there. And that takes you through an explanation of how to use the Bunsen burner.